Alright, generate a 30-second 1080p video in just 7 seconds. How AI Lab just open sourced this FastVideo Dreamverse, which is a real-time vibe directing for video generation on a single NVIDIA B200 GPU with LTX-2 model. Now they have released this blog post which shows how this works. So you can ask it to generate a video. In 7 seconds, it will generate the video for you. And then you can go ahead and chat with the video. For example, turn the background into a volcano, and then you can see it edits the video in real time. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to run this on your self-hosted system. Now, terminologies, if you have a B200 with you locally, you can go ahead and run this. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a GPU, and you can go ahead and check up this link, RunPod. And basically, once you log in, I want you to remember this value. You can see that I have about $143 here, and then I will use this. We go to pod section here, and then you can see we needed B200, and this is a 180 GB VRAM, and that will cost me about $5.89 per hour. This is in fact costly, but again, they are trying to make this available for other devices, for example, NVIDIA RTX 5090, 4090, or even 3090, and stay tuned. But in this video, this is the first version, and you basically need a very large GPU, B200, which is going to cost me, again, you have seen here, about $5.92 per hour, and we are going to start this up. Now, what I've done is you can go to the repo that they have. You can go to the repo and follow all these instructions that they have. But better, what I've done is I have gone through all the instructions, tried to run this on RunPod, and came up with the best thing that will help you run it faster. So I've created another repo that you can, I will link in the description, that you can go ahead and you will find all the instructions how to run this on RunPod on B200 GPUs. So the first thing that you need to do is to go to Cerebras and get one API key. So if you go to cloud.cerebras.ai and then go ahead and sign up, then you can see your API key here. So you can copy the API key. And another thing that you need is the free Groq with a Q, groq.com. You can go here as well, log into, and then get one API key as well. You can create an API key and set the expiration and take that API key. So we need those two API keys. Once we have those two API keys, you can follow these simple instructions that I've written for you, and then you can go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and use this on RunPod. But before that, let's go to the blog post again and see what they have. So what they're releasing is called Dreamverse. This is a self-hostable application inside the FastVideo ecosystem. Now you can use it on your own B200 GPU or rent one from the cloud provider, which we have done here. If you have your own B200 GPU, congrats, you can use that on your own. So we just need to follow these instructions and get it working. So ultimately what will happen is that you would have a front end, you will have a backend. The backend will process everything, but the front end will look something like this, and you can go here and vibe code your video. And why this is great is because now you have control over the video generation, and it's really amazing if you can control the full stack, full backend that you have, that you can tweak and that you can change for your own liking. And another thing to mention is that they have the safety filter, which uses the fast text classifier for NSFW, not safe for work, and hate speech detection when enabled. This is really important. They don't want the NSFW content right now, but you can again go ahead and tweak this. But let's go ahead and try this out. So this is my repo, prompt engineer / FastVideo Dreamverse. You can go ahead and check this out. So let's go ahead to the RunPod here, and then we have selected B200. What I will do is in the container disk, I'm going to put 200 here, and then I'm going to select this as a volume disk here, and I'm going to put this 0 because I don't need. If you put any values here, your cost will increase. So since we are not trying to store anything persistent, so you can use this and then say deploy pod. Another thing to mention is we need a port to be set in the TCP. So the port that we're going to use is 5299. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and edit the port here, and then you can expose a 5299 here on the TCP section, not on the HTTP section. So we'll see how this will come into being. So on the TCP ports, you're just going to add 5299 and then save this. This will restart the pod again, and then it will be ready in just a minute. So you can see that you can click here and you can see that the port is ready here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this SSH over exposed TCP here. So I'm going to copy this and then go to git bash. If you install git on your desktop, you will have this. So git bash, and then you go ahead and paste this and then just press enter. And it will ask you if you want to save, yes, the fingerprint, and it permanently added the host here. And then I'm going to say clear. And now, first and foremost, every time when you work with any GPU cloud provider, you go ahead and update and upgrade your GPU here. So this is the first step that you always should do so as to not run into any sort of errors. So we go back to my repo now, and then you can see the first step would be to install these. So I copy this. While this is running, I'm going to open one more so that I can watch the usage of the GPU. So I'm going to go and copy this SSH over expose TCP, and then I'm going to say git bash, and now I'm going to say this one again, so this will start up again. And now what I can do is I can say watch-n1 NVIDIA-SMI, and now you can see we have 183 GB here and nothing is being used. The GPU is not used at all. What I'm going to do is this updates and upgrades are done. I'm going to say clear again and then go back to my repo and go ahead and copy this and just start the installation again. So this is the node source. We are setting up Node.js, and this will be done very soon. That's done. Next, we are going to clone the repo and then go inside the FastVideo. So we are cloning the repo, and the repo name is FastVideo. We're cloning the repo, and you can see the speed. It's very fast on RunPod. And then we are inside the repo. You can see we are inside the FastVideo here. Next, we are going to install pip install or upgrade pip, and then install UV, because UV is a package manager, really amazing. Then you're going to create a new environment and go inside the environment and install Dreamverse inside that environment. So 3 things. First is, I'm going to copy this. First is we are starting an environment UV venv. We are starting an environment called .venv using Python 3.12, and we are going inside the environment. We're activating the venv environment, and then inside of that environment we are installing using UV pip install. We are installing the Dreamverse here. So this is Dreamverse being installed on the GPU, and you can see I'm installing Torch here, and 190 packages are really installed fast, and because you're using UV, this speeds up the entire process. We also need to install the HF transfer here because we will be downloading from the Hugging Face, and that's done. And then we are going to install the front-end dependencies here. Let's go to the web folder and then npm CI and then go back. So looks like added 361 packages, and then we can maybe run this npm audit fix to sort out everything, but I'm going to leave it as it is. Next, what we need to do is we need to start the backend now. So this is an important concept. If you see that we are using a tmux session here, which means that it's going to start a virtual screen. If you may, it's going to start up a screen here. So when I say tmux new, we start up a screen called dv. You'll see the interface changes. So you can see that we are inside the dv screen now. So inside that screen, I'm going to activate the environment here, the venv, and then we're going to export the keys here. Now I already have made the keys ready, so let's take my keys and put it here. So we need to do export Cerebras API key is equal to your key, and then export Groq API key equal to your key. So again, you need to run these two on the DV screen itself, and then you're going to start up the server here. This is the backend server. So we start up, and we're using the port 8009, and that is internal to the GPU. So the front end will call this port 8009, but the front end itself will be visible from our system on port that we have given here. So if you remember, we have given this 5299 port. That will be the front end which is visible to us. Okay, so let's start up the backend first, and then we'll see. So you can see the backend is starting now. Now what I can do is I want to work on the main screen, but this is, it's on the DV screen. So in order to get back to the main screen, what we need to do is, I already have this. So when we need to detach and go back to the main screen, we can do Control B, then press D. So I'm going to say Control B, B for ball, and then I say D for detach. So now we came out of this particular screen, and that is a backend which is running on. Okay, and we need the front end as well. So for the front end, what we're going to do is we're going to start up a new tmux screen, and you can see that this is the new screen. We have the DV web screen here, and then you're going to go inside this folder. You can see FastVideo apps Dreamverse web. So we are inside the folder. Let's see the list of folders. So maybe you can do this instead of doing this. You can do root / you can do cd/root FastVideo, and now we'll be able to go inside the web here. I can say clear and then go back to the repo again. So what I'm going to say is backend host is the local host, and backend port is equal to 8009, the port in which our backend started. And then we are going to just say npm run dev. Okay, and what it will do is it will serve on port 5299, and then we can access it from our own system. I mean from a local system. So I'm going to say this, and you can see that it is starting up the front end here. And then I can say Control B for ball and D for detach. So we came out of the screen. So this screen, the DV screen, it runs the backend. This screen runs the front end. Now, in order to go inside the screen, what you need to do is you can do this tmux attach -t DV. For example, if you want to go to the backend here, and you can do this tmux attach -t DV. So you're inside the backend. The backend is still processing. It will definitely take some time. I'm going to go out of this again, Control B and D. And now what you can do is if you go back to the repo, your front end is ready basically. So the front end is ready. How do you know? You can go ahead to this browser here. So we can go to the link here on the TCP port. So if you go to your pod here, and then you can see in the connect section, if you go down, you can see that we have this. So 207.210.107.252 and 18278. So this entire thing points to the 5299 port, which is running on the GPU. So if you go to a local system on my system, and if you go to this link, you'll be taken to 5299 on the GPU. Cool. You can see this beautiful interface that we have here. I think the back end is still not ready. Let's go ahead and see. Let's say Lego Stormtroopers. You can see comedy skit inside the Death Star control room. You can see that Dreamverse backend is not reachable, and start UB run a Dreamverse server and wait for Redis to run 200 to return 200 before retrying, which means the backend is not ready yet, and it will take some time, about 20 to 30 minutes for the backend. So instead of just waiting and not knowing actually what's happening, you can go inside the backend and watch for some message like this service is running on this port. Or what you can do is, if I go back again, Control B and D, if I go back, I've given a script that you can just keep it running, and then you'll be able to see once it returns 200, you'll be notified. So you can run this command here and go back to get bash here, and then just keep it running, and this will show you that it's still warming up, and whenever it is ready, you will get that message. So the time now is, you can see 1930, and you'll see how much time does it take for this to get ready. Till then, go ahead and make our prompts ready so that we can test this out. So now we can go ahead and take a look at these examples, how it's done, and then maybe we'll get some idea. So you can see that it was used to turn the background into a volcano. We have already seen this. You can see this, turn the dog into a cat. So it's changing, it's sending the command here, and this running again, and you can see we have the new video, and it changed the dog into a cat. So you can vibe code with the videos. So you can see that turn the background into a volcano, and just send over the command, and you can see that it has changed. Cool. Let's wait for this message. Whenever it's ready, we will do it. We'll do the test, but let's go ahead and get some fun commands to try. Okay, so I can go ahead and say maybe send this command, send this image, and I can say we have this new text to image generator. Can you give me some commands to try out to make interesting videos using text on this self-hosted text to video generator? Give me like 20 of such examples. Okay, so we have these prompts, and we are going to test this out, but till then, let's wait and get this ready. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording and then come back whenever this is ready. It's estimated to take about 20 to 30 minutes for this, as it's a long process, and definitely they're trying to bring down the time and trying to make this run on other smaller devices as well. But at this point of time, on this very first day, you have to spend about $5 to $6 per hour to get this running. So you can see that we have this backend is ready, and we started at 1930, and the time now is 25, so about 35 minutes it took to get it ready. And once this is ready, you can go to the front end that we have just started, refresh this, and now we should be able to send over the different commands. So let's go ahead and send over the Lego Stormtroopers. So we go to the DV screen now, which is the backend which is running, and you can see that it's successfully generated in 3.86 seconds. And you go back to the video.
The requisition says 12,000 ceremonial capes. We don't even have cloth physics. The requisition says 12,000 ceremonial capes. We don't even have cloth physics.
So you can see this. I can say leave session. Now let's go ahead and try to make the examples that we had. So for example, let's go ahead, try to include a character in each. So I can maybe try this, a tiny female explorer. Try this, a female explorer wearing a red cloak walks through the gigantic. So you can see that it's generating really fast. You can see the backend here. It generated in video generated successfully in 3.85 seconds here. And then the front end is pulling the video from the backend.
This is even bigger than the maps promised.
So now, given this video, we can edit the video. What do you want to edit? I can say change the girl to a boy, and then let's see the output here now. I said a female explorer wearing a red cloak, and now I say change the girl to a boy.
This is even bigger than the maps promised.
Did you see it? So now we have a boy here, and within this time period of 225 you can go ahead and chat with this video and make different changes, and then you can go ahead and download the video, the final video as well. So let's try another example. I'll leave this session and then let's go ahead and see a young woman driving a futuristic motorcycle, and let's put it there and then send it over. You can see the backend. It looks really good, really fast.
Engage.
Cool. So we have this bike, and instead of the bicycle, you can say change the what word did you use? Motorcycle. Okay, so I can say change the motorcycle to a car, maybe. Let's see. Or I can say change the motorcycle to a red car, sports car maybe, and then send it over. Color scheme here as well.
Engage. Engage.
Did you see it? So we have the car now. Now what I can say, change the hairstyle, maybe change the hairstyle to long hair, if that is possible. Let's see. I doubt it, but let's see.
Engage.
Cool. This worked. Change the hairstyle to long hair, and because this is a cyberpunk style, it decided to make it blue. Thank you. But this is amazing, and I did not quite believe that would have been possible, but here we are. This is really good. We can see that we started with this video on of the woman riding a motorcycle. Then we changed the motorcycle to a car, and then on the car we changed the hairstyle of the girl to a long hair, and it made it like a bluish hair. Okay, really amazing.
Engage.
Keep up.
Almost had me.
The project hit the current 5 session limit. Your latest video stays on screen and the project has been kept in the archive, so you can come back to it. Start a new project to keep creating, or keep viewing this one when you decide to do next. So keep new project, you can say new project, and on the left you can see that these are the projects that you have done. So it started up.
Engage.
So this is the entire project, so you can see the length as well. This length is also about 14 seconds here.
Almost had me.
So this is the entire project. Again, I'm saying that I have made this repo, and then you can go to the repo and look at the different commands here, and these are the best commands that you can use, obviously, to run on RunPods. But if you're using any other GPU, that's up to you to go ahead and go to the main repo and try out the prompts that is available there. So go ahead and test this out. This is really amazing. This video model on your self-hosted environment, it's really great. You have all the controls. Now the cost estimate that we had, so we started with 143, and now if I refresh this, we can see that it took about $8. Yep, it took about $8, and the uptime was, you can go ahead and see on the telemetry here, and you can see the uptime was 1 hour 16 minutes. It definitely took me about 1 hour 16 minutes to get everything started and running this. So I expect about $8 to $10 of cost for running this. We'll definitely be waiting for this improved version where we can run on our own GPUs, like a 24 GB GPU, or at max a 48 GB GPU, or at max, an 80 GB GPU. Okay, so this is actually too much of a cost to bear, but again, I've done the tested for you. This works, and let's wait for this to improve. So I'll see you in the next video. If you're fascinated with 1-bit LLMs, you can go ahead and check this video. I ran a 1 billion AI agent, and we have the bonsai image as well, 1-bit bonsai image, and then I've connected this with the MCP with Claude. You can go ahead and check out this video. So these 3 videos, I think they should be on the priority list. If you liked this video, then you will like these 3 videos as well. So go ahead and check this out, and I'll see you in the next one.